What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back. I'm your host, CenterStrain01, to more Resident Evil 4. This is the final section in Chapter 4. Hopefully you guys enjoy. So the biggest thing I can say about this chapter is it's not that difficult to get through. We're going to be doing a lot of fighting instead of speedrunning during this chapter. We're pretty much going to be taking out every enemy in this area, so you can handle it whatever way that you want. Now, there is obviously a faster speedrunning type of strategy to deal with this area if that's what you want. But I found it much easier since we have all of this ammo, these different weapons, that we're going to go ahead and take everyone out. It just makes things a lot more safer. And since we've already got to this point without taking damage, I think we're going to go ahead and go for the no damage run. And with that being said, we're going to be doing a lot more combat to try to make sure that we keep ourselves from taking any damage, of course. So one enemy at a time. You can really get a lot of enemies to kind of funnel into you once you get up here to this next section and just like kind of wait for them to come to you a little bit. And then you can either use your shotgun or the method that I use, which is take out their legs and then immediately go for the knife like that. Try to get, a few quick time events here as well, because those help with taking enemies out a little bit quicker. As long as no enemies, you got to watch out for the left and right. You can see that guy fell, so he's eventually going to be coming up. So that's why you see me kind of looking left and right, as there's people that will come from below, they could come from above. You don't really know. You just got to kind of pay attention to everything around you if you're going to go this strategy. Again, I always like to go for the leg. I think it saves the most amount of ammo, and we're going to be using the rifle a lot as well to do a few headshots. Now, some enemies in this part can't be headshotted because they have the masks on, so you just got to be careful. So now, no enemies are going to come after you at this point because they can't get to you. So take this opportunity to take out a few enemies via your rifle. You'll see that there's two more enemies coming this way, so you can actually take care of them pretty easily. Try to maybe land up a headshot if they get to this point, but because it's moving up and down, I'm just going to use the rifle to kind of just do pot shots at them. We've got plenty of rifle ammo, and we're really not going to be using the rifle a lot more, like coming up in the later sections, which is why we're kind of getting some good use with it right now. Might as well. Again, we're not going for a speed run. Otherwise, it would be a completely different strategy, and you can get through this room in about less than a minute, but it's super tough. I pulled it off, but it's not something that I think you'd be able to pull off on like a regular basis. So that's why I'm showing you this route, which I think is a little bit easier for you. Now, I messed up on that handgun shot. You want to throw the handgun before you land if you're going to do the handgun method, but as you can see, you've got to be quick on it. So if you're going to do the handgun, make sure you do it at the right time, or else that guy with the crossbow can get you, and since we're going no damage, we don't want that to happen. Alright, so you can see we've got 3 enemies on the opposite side, but they all have the face masks on, so we can't actually get headshots. So in that case, because we have plenty of rifle ammo, you can always go with shooting the rifle. Well, we've got 5 left right now, but we don't really need any more than that. Another good method is to get over here and kind of allow them to jump to you. If you turn this switch, it will activate the other side. This allows the enemies to start coming towards you. And then you can kind of shotgun most of them. We have so much shotgun ammo that, yeah, we're going to go ahead and use that. Now just keep an eye out on the crossbow guy. Whenever you see him get up, try to take him out as soon as you can. It'll make your life a little bit easier so he doesn't get a shot on you. Otherwise, you can just use a rifle or TMP to kind of knock him out a little bit. As you can see, he got a little close to almost getting hit with it by there. I'm going to go ahead and go this way because we're going to pick up everything that's in this area. Even though you don't really need to, except we're not going to pick up any handgun because we don't have a handgun anymore. There's another level behind here, which you don't actually even have to mess with. The lever, what it does is it makes it move sideways and not just up and down. So now they go up and down both at the same time, and then now they also go sideways, as you'll see here, which made me miss that. So if you don't hit it, you're a little better off. But as you can see, we've got some enemies down here, so we can actually take care of these guys pretty easily since we dropped down here. So it might even be a good idea to drop down here. And there you go. All the enemies have been taken out. So now it's just a matter of getting back to the second area on the other side. Pick up any miscellaneous items that you can. There's only technically like 3 rooms in this chapter, or in this subsection of the chapter. This one probably, I say the second one is probably the hardest to get through. Just because you've got a lot of enemies that just kind of get right up on you on the elevator. So I don't really have, I have a little bit of a strategy to get through that, but it's kind of what everybody does, I mean, in that situation. So you'll notice that it can be quite tough if you're not on it and if you're not paying attention to where enemies are. So we're just waiting to be able to climb over here, and then we're good to go. Once we jump down here, then we'll be able to go ahead and do the final switch, and then we've got a quick time event. Now, I have found the quick time event not to be too difficult. Just make sure that you're mashing as quickly as possible, because you can, I guess, fail this rather easily if you're not like really super hardcore mashing. But it's pretty easy. You're just going to hold down X for sprint, and then you're going to do left, right, and then a left and a right at the same time. Make sure you shoot this lock. That's why we got the TNT equipped. And there you go. You've just completed that room. And we didn't take any damage. Make sure you get your striker equipped again, because as soon as we get done with the cutscene up ahead, we're going to be doing the, I think they call it the Dip Man.
So nice you could join us, Mr. Scott Kennedy.
You again.
The sacred rite that's about to begin at this tower shall endow the girl with magnificent power. She will join us, become one of us.
This is no ritual. It's terrorism.
Isn't that a popular word these days? Not to worry. We've prepared a special ritual for you.
Alright, so immediately do your Dip Man strategy. I've told you that already. You should know it by now. And then we're going to run up here. We're going to do this as quickly as possible. Going to head to the left here. We're going to make sure we shoot this guy. It depends on if you let the cutscenes play or skip. If you let them skip, enemies will be in different places, so it'll be a little bit easier. But I always let the cutscenes play for you guys. Move forward so he doesn't grab you, and then go back around, and then head to the outside here, and then move around. So now we've got the elevator part, which can be a little tough. Make sure that those are destroyed. If the dynamite guy hasn't destroyed the boxes, make sure that you destroy him. That way you have less weight on the elevator. So take out these 2 guys here. There's going to be 2 of them shooting at you. You don't really, at this point, have to worry about the dynamite guy anymore. Alright, so here, this is where the challenge is going to be. Pretty much want to stand right here, and you're going to aim down. Now, I don't have a perfect strategy for this. I just follow it, kind of. You can get overwhelmed with enemies. As you can see, sometimes, damage-wise, they don't all die. So it can be pretty tough. Try to aim as low as you can so you can get more of a spread on them. And as you can see, some enemies will take quite a bit of shots to take down. Another strategy that you could use is literally just to stay in one corner. You should have plenty of ammo at this point when it comes to your shotgun. So if you literally just stay in one of these corners, you can literally take them all out as soon as they're coming to you. It just won't be as quickly as you could get through this elevator, but that's not the whole purpose of this walkthrough. It's not to be the quickest way to get through each room. It's a little bit of both. It's a little about quick, while at the same time, you know, doing some combat, having fun, and enjoying just the game itself. As you can see, the elevators stop when there's too much weight on it. So again, I'm just going to wait in this corner here as we take out most of these enemies. And there you go. Once you get to here, you can either take him out or just go ahead and go. We're going to go ahead and go. And then we're going to do the dip man again. That way we can get through this section a little quicker. Pick up any miscellaneous items that you see along here. Ones that you can actually use. I usually never pick up the handgun ammo, but you could pick up the handgun ammo as if you want to sell it for a little bit of money. But you definitely want more shotgun shells. We have used quite a bit shotgun shells in this section. Once we head up the elevator here, then we have a merchant, and you guys know what that means. It means it's rocket launcher time. So we're going to go ahead and move up here to the merchant. Now, depending on what you do, either you can go ahead and sell a few things here, or you can wait until the next one, just as long as you have enough money to buy the rocket launcher, obviously, and that you have enough space.
Welcome. Got some rare things on sale, Strick. What are you buying? Strange.
So we need to move a few things around. Like I said, I am not the best when it comes to item management because I pick up a lot of things. But just make sure you have enough room here. Always the bottom two lines to put for that rocket launcher. As you can see, we've got plenty of grenades. So the strategy for this boss fight coming up is pretty simple. It's going to be 3 eye shots with the striker, and then when he kind of opens himself to show himself, then you're going to be able to do a rocket launcher to the face, and then you have beat the boss. It's not that difficult of a battle. And hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Just missed her. The ritual is over. She left with my men to an island.
What?
I think it's time I paid my due respects towards your impressive and stubborn will. Mr. Kennedy, welcome.
Monsters. Guess after this, there'll be one less to worry about.
Alright, so get up. Try to do 3 eye shots. It'll take me a little bit more just because I didn't hit that first shot with the eye. Immediately switch to your rocket. and aim for his head, and boom goes the dynamite. We're going to go ahead and loot the entire area. There's a lot of things down below that you can pick up. We're not going to really we don't really need any health items because obviously we're not taking any damage. But it is still good to have at least 1 or 2 health items on you because, you know, we're still getting to the point where it could start to get really, really difficult as far as taking damage. Now, I do know that the island area, you know, I beat this game many, many times a long time ago. And if I remember correctly, the island area is definitely the toughest, one of the toughest areas in the game because now you've got enemies that can actually shoot you with weapons from far away. Not just crossbows, but actual, you know, regular weapons. So you need to be careful. We're going to do the best that we can to continue our no damage, but I can't promise that it's going to happen. I'll do everything I can to make it continue to be no damage, but we'll see how it goes. And you can always sell first aid kits if you need to. Other than that, pick up any other miscellaneous items. Now remember, because we're picking up a lot more items, we're going to need to buy another rocket launcher coming up. So just want to be careful with that. And at this point, check to make sure that you got everything that you actually need, and then we're free to move on. Again, pick up a few miscellaneous items if you need them. But don't forget that there is a snake in the bottom right one that you're going to get down here, so make sure you have yourself ready for the snake. And you can actually get it in one shot there. And everything else, I think that's random. Alright, so the only thing left is to see the merchant. And this is going to be a lot of me kind of moving things around, just trying to get a little bit better item management and whatnot. But as you can see at this point, you know, we're getting to the point where it's like towards the end of the game, we have a lot of items and we have a lot of things that we need to make sure is done correctly. So some good item management here before we head to the island is obviously going to be a good thing. We're going to pick up a rocket launcher and we're going to sell a lot of stuff. We're going to mix some of our big jewelry together, like the crown and those the other 2 things can actually be mixed into the crown. We're going to do that here and we're going to go ahead and sell it. Other than that, that is going to be the end of the chapter, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Again, thank you, for the love and support on the game so far. I am going to be finishing the game, but right now, literally when you're seeing this, I'm like a day away from having our first baby, so it's crazy right now. So I'm just letting you guys know that I'll try to get this. I don't know if I'll be able to get it done before RE3 comes out, but it will still be finished, I promise. I just, right now, the baby, got to get with her, and then once we get back from the hospital, we can continue these videos along with RE3. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks again so much for watching. Love you all. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Thank you. What are you selling? Ah. Thank you. What are you buying? Strange. What are you selling? Is that all? Thank you. Is that all? Thank you. What are you buying? Stranger. Thank you. What are you buying?
Need a ride, handsome?
Okay.